Ski season is in full swing now, and you may have the itch to hit the slopes, maybe even for the first time. Shane with Deer Valley here in our studio to help you get started. And Shane, what do first-time skiers need to know about getting started?
Well, I would say that it is a cold environment, so being prepared to be in the winter environment, whether it's snowing or cold or blustery, just being aware that you are kind of exposed to whatever winter has to throw at you, as well as, with that beginning experience, there's so many new foreign things, whether it's ski boots, skis, 4 layers on your chest, gloves, or a neck gaiter, so you can plan to experience some uncomfort in those realms and to have some of those sensations that you've never felt before.
Deer Valley has 500 ski instructors, everybody. Let's talk about some of the programs you have for kids.
We have programs for everybody from our 3-year-olds on up to adults, and our 3-year-old program is called our Fawn program. It's really special. It's set up more of a on snow for 1 hour with an instructor. It's one-on-one, but then it's also set up to have some time indoors with our state-of-the-art childcare facilities with amazing indoor staff. So they just don't get thrown into the mix with a full day on snow, which can be a lot for those little ones. And then into our Bambi program, which is two per one instructor, and that's our 4-year-old program. And they spend a little bit more time on snow, but it's also set up so they can spend a little more time indoors and kind of rest and get out of all those clothes that I kind of explained, because that can be extremely foreign to the young ones. And then into our reindeer program, which is our 5- and 6-year-olds, and that's a ratio of 4 to 1. And
I just can't believe I have to pick up the boot because my girls did the program, and this is how, look how tiny.
They're adorable.
They're so darn cute going down the hill.
When we see our kids show up with these little boots and these little skis, it just melts all of our little hearts, and it's just so exciting to get them out on this equipment.
Okay, but adults out there, I know Dina being one of them, she says it's too late for me to learn to ski. Not true.
Not true. We really want to turn that mindset around, mainly because there's so many people in Utah that have lived there their entire lives and have not gotten into the mountains and experienced what is in their backyard. And for adults, we have a couple different options, but one of our main programs that's just extremely popular is called our Max 4. And that's for adults 17 and up. And like the name says, there's a max of 4 students per instructor. So you get lots of instruction and individual feedback. And we definitely tailor it to all lessons and abilities. And we want to make those new ski experiences so memorable where we can get those adults coming back day in, day out.
Well, and Shane, can I say that Deer Valley is a great place to learn? It was for my kids. I love it because it's wide. There's so many spots that you can ski. What's new at Deer Valley this season?
Absolutely. We just spent about $6 million on a new project for our beginner area, and that's at the Snow Park Village. We took out the old Burns chairlift, and we've kind of reformatted that area where now it accesses Deer Hollow, which is over on Little Baldy Mountain, kind of right by the St. Regis. So it's now allowing us to access a lot more beginner terrain out of that base area, as well as we've reconfigured all of those surface lifts or our conveyor belts and regraded a lot of that area so it's so much more open and welcoming to that learning environment. We know it can be a kind of a stressful space.
Congrats on the snow this season.
I know, we're so blessed.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Where can people go to find out more about Deer Valley lessons?
DeerValley.com has all of our information on it. We always recommend signing up way in advance. We're, always very popular and people want to come and experience what we have to offer, but DeerValley.com has every little bit of information that you're looking for. You can send us an email, give us a call. We're always happy to help with any questions.
Hey, we'll link you at abc4.com. Everybody head over there. Shane, thank you so much for joining us from Deer Valley. This is what I'm doing. It's called itching because I got to get up on the slopes. Deer Valley. Thanks, Shane.
Thank you.